All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, praise, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to Elder Apostle Tahar and the other elders and men and women of Great Millstone and children who's currently waiting for the return of our power. All right, our big bro, Yahweh Shai. All right, today's date is November 24th, and what they call Thanksgiving. Um, just reading a few things on this day that I never even knew. All right, because these devils hide so much history. All right, reading about their scorched earth policies, how they sterilized a lot of the Native American women. All right, the programs that they had, how they the other things that I was reading, basically, of course, them killing off the food source, the bison. All right, and forcing a lot of them into starvation. And I didn't know that they were also too. The government was with the Indian Removal Act, removing a lot of them off the lands and forcing them to of course, the reservations in other areas further west. But also they were giving them $50 and also $100 for every skull that they can bring to them. All right. So this day is basically honoring genocide. All right, in which this particular country under if I'm not mistaken, I was reading in resolution 92. All right, they set up laws against that. All right, but here it is, because this devil is so much of a damn hypocrite. All right, he's celebrating this. All right, it just infuriated me. You know, my household, we ain't partaking in that. But it just infuriated. A couple people invited me, said, no, I'm not explaining nothing to nobody as to why I don't do it or why they shouldn't do it. You know, it's too late in the game to be sitting here trying to explain why. And then people got their minds and hearts set up anyway. All right, our people like smooth things. All right, they don't want to hear the truth. But it goes to show you the level of hypocrisy of this nation. All right, in which really all the so-called holidays. All right, the word holly comes from the word holy, so there's nothing holy about any of these days here. But mainly, every so-called one of those days pretty much commemorates the destruction of either Yahweh Shai or Israelites, man. If you look deep into them, they're purely satanic in their rituals. So all these people that's eating out here, celebrating, watching a football game, whatever the hell they're doing, drinking beer, all right, they're partaking in a ritual, man. All right, in which that's why a lot of judgment goes out according to these particular rituals, man. All right, but the level of devastation that they have done to both tribes, man, is horrendous, man. All right, and that's the judgment of the Heavenly Father and His Son, of course. But that doesn't exempt Esau Edom from being judged. All right, that doesn't exist. I'm not even sure where I'm starting from, but I pray that the Spirit lead and guide me. All right, because this devil, all right, he's a piece of work, man. Straight up trash, man. And that's all he's used for. All right, and if you look at the curses, all right. If you look at the curses, man, them curses was important, man. It was heavy. All right, them curses was heavy. A lot of people got it. All right, them curses was real heavy, man. All All right, this is Habakkuk 2 and 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land and of the city, and of all that dwell therein. So, because they spoiled many nations, they're going to be spoiled. All right, they're going to go into captivity for hardcore captivity for 1,000 years, and then they're going to be extinct, man. All right.
But you know, we talk about the ones they running from it because I said everybody, hey, you beautiful. And I can pick up on you. And I like you.
You drunk, bro?
I don't know, man. I can't see I took these youngest in. I can't see my daughter. I'm at a loss. I don't know. I might need $1, but you did a good. And that was, you so right. But it's not everybody because if you don't know nothing, that don't count.
Yeah, but it's 2022, and there are people like me on every corner that pretty much are telling people the truth.
Good, man. You good.
They're telling people the truth, and the time is short, man.
I know, but I got everybody.
You know,
if you don't have it, it's good. And just for doing that, you good. If you don't have it, you don't have it. And just for doing it, it's okay.
I hear you, bro.
Do you got a penny?
I don't have it, bro.
Just for that, you good. I got you. I might need you. And I'll tell you. That was beautiful. And I like that. What's that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this was given to me.
Yeah. Look, man, I can give you all one, too. And I got you.
I hear you, bro. Just be safe out here.
Just for that. You ain't do nothing. I got you. I might need you.
I hear you, bro.
Because I might need people to talk to so they don't be scared of me. Mm-hmm. And I'll say, spread the word so I go to. I haven't even seen my own door because I took all these youngins in.
All right, bro.
So I need you sometime to just, while I'm going, let people know.
All right, I'm going to finish reading the scriptures, though, because that's what I'm out here.
I'll go ahead.
I hear you.
But I got you, but I need you. You can do that.
All right. This is Habakkuk 2 and 9. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetous to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. All right, and that's really all. They came over here, and they coveted this land, and they got it by any means. All right. And you can see, man, hey, this place is not for our people, man. Our people, I'm for you. For lack of knowledge in this place.
They won't. I can let you know and then you can go because they keep being scared of me. So I need the y'all tone because so they don't be scared of me.
I hear you, bro.
So I need y'all.
I'm gonna skip down to verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establish a city by iniquity, in which that's how he established the new world, for which they call America. If you go into and the history is there. If you go into the history of Arsareth, all right, which is all right, because our people left. All right, they're not really truly Native Americans, they're Israelites. All right, they left over there. All right, the other side of the world. This is 2nd Esdras 13 and 39. And whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him, those are the 10 tribes which are carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Shalmaneser the king of Syria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so they came into another land. But they took counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. Nobody really lived on this side. King Solomon pretty much came over here to mine and stuff like that, but nobody never lived over here. And they would think they would come every year and a half, if I'm not mistaken. That they might keep their statues, which they never kept in their own land, and they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river. For the Most High showed signs for them and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country was a great way to go, namely a year and a half. Right, because that's how much time It took Solomon and his navy to come over here. All right, and they probably had record of that, of course, of this side of the world, more than likely. But the same region is called Arsareth, and that word Arsareth, if you look in the Jewish encyclopedia, all right, that place is America, in which that devil Christopher Columbus, another day that these people honor, all right, he slaughtered a heavy amount of Israelites over here. All right, so that was prophecy. That was prophecy, and that had to happen. All right, but these devils, that don't mean that they're going to get away with it. All right, so they've established and they built the town off iniquity, off of blood. All right, and blood is going to pursue them. All right, because we're seeing right now, we're seeing the tribes come back together with all the effort that they put in to try to destroy us. We're seeing something beautiful. We're seeing the tribes come together, and we're seeing the downfall of our enemies, in which that's what you should be celebrating. All right, you should be celebrating the downfall of your enemies, man. All right, the downfall of this wicked damn place, man, which was established by blood. Now you see the streets is empty because that's where everybody's at, man. All right, they're in that celebration of celebrating the destruction of Israelites. All right, that's what you should call this day. These people are so, their souls are tied into this place, Babylon the Great, man. This is Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city! It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. Lies and robbery. All right, which is why they've gotten a lot of things by collusion and plots. All right, schemes. All right, setting up treaties and breaking them. All right, just constant lies. Verse 2, the noise of the whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses and jumping chariots. The horsemen lift up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. There is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses, and they stumble upon their corpses. Because of the multitude of whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Adawan of hosts. I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show thy nations thy nakedness, and kingdoms thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and set thee as a gazing stock. So no more of this place, as they call it, America the Great. All right, there was nothing ever great about this place. All right, it was clearly founded off of blood and destruction and witchcraft, and which is going to be destroyed with nuclear fire, man. It's not going to take long to destroy this place, and nobody's never going to live on this side of the world ever again, man. This is a polluted place, polluted with blood and the bones of Israelites. Because the same things that they've done to us, it's going to be done to them, but times two, man. It's going to be far more worse. This is Revelations 18:2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become a habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful birds. For all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. All right, that gold rush. Uh, I'm not. Forgive me if I think it was 1840. I don't know what year it was. I think it was around that year. But the gold rush. All right, all the things, even all of the cities here. All right, you had Israelites that were thriving here, man, in this place. Rosewood, Seneca Village. All right, Tulsa. All right, Tulsa, Oklahoma, in which they've burnt a lot of those places down, man. Hey, this is a violent and deceitful man, and he's going to get back. He's going to get back what he put out and more. All right, his time is coming, man. All right, he ain't gonna go no further. In his mind, he got it in his mind that he wants to hold on to this thing forever, man. All right, and he's doing it by any means necessary. All right, with this thing coming, with this MOTB. All right, in which he wants to track you. All right, he wants to cut off your whatever it is that he can cut off to keep you in line with his will. All right, with his agendas. This is Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass, so he can't go no further. All right, he was destined, he was set up to do what he was supposed to do, and then that's it, man. All right, he can't go no further. But our people, they follow behind this mischief, man. All right, they follow behind these indoctrinated holidays. All right, they learn these things through the media. All right, of them making movies and shows. All right, they push that ideology strong. All right, they push that ideology strong, man. And people know the truth. There are Israelites that probably know they're Israelites and still celebrating this day. Because they want to be around their so-called family members. Hey, this is 2 Corinthians 10. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of the Mashiach. And they teach this garbage mainly in the Christian church. All right, there's no separation between the two. All right, I'm pretty sure people had their services in which they've got up and got dressed, went to their services. All right, and then go eat whatever this dinner is, man. All right, that's supposed to be a distinguish between the two, man. But there is none. All right, there's no distinguishing between the two. All right, but this truth lets you know, because it has history in it that's hidden, but it sheds light on this particular man, and his mindset. This is a crafty devil, man. Very crafty, man. This is Ephesians 6:10. Put on the whole armor of the Most. I'm gonna start at 11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And that's spiritual wickedness. All right. Like I said, look into all these things. Look at the situation with the Moors over there and them celebrating blackface. That's the removal of and the disposal of the Moors, the Moors, which pretty much civilized that Europe. Just like they helped a lot of these devils here. They helped them here because a lot of them were dying of famine. All All right, they didn't know too much about agriculture. As a matter of fact, from what I heard here, a lot of them were into cannibalism, man. All right, once they hit this new world, a lot of them died, and a lot of them went into cannibalism. But the scriptures say, "Who will pity a charmer that's bitten by a snake?" This devil is clearly your natural enemy. All right, he has no desire of making you equal or doing anything to your benefit. All right, as a matter of fact, this is way to his benefit, because with the little bit of dollars that you have, he's cashing in on your deception. All right, we know that a lot of people, here it is here presently, raising the cost of living, raising the cost of food, but you take your last earnings and you spend your money on a holiday that on a day that celebrates the destruction of your own people, and that's very cunning, man, and crafty. And all of that goes back to us not knowing who we are, man, and how important it is to know who we are and what the will of the Heavenly Father and the Son is. All right, scriptures say once you know this, it clearly says, "Depart from this place. This is not your rest." To separate from this place. In fact, I'm gonna go here, then I'm gonna go back to this. All right. This is Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor, then choose none of his ways. All right, don't be like him. All right, you could never be like him anyway if you wanted to, and if you do, it is ultimately for your destruction. All right, it's not for your benefit. All right, to try to be like your oppressor, man. Of course, he wants you to be, and he understands that. Because we were all in that Gentile state of mind. I was thinking about that today. We were all heavy into that, because that's how we were raised. All right, we were all into that mind, eating pork. Maybe not all of us, the majority. I'm not going to speak, but I know I was. All right, I know I was in that state of mind. All right, brought up in a Christian church. All right, eating. All right, raised on things that's not right. All right, seeing the images of Caesar Borgia on the wall, whether it be from your grandmom or your mom. All right, but we're not into that no more. This is 1 Corinthians 10:20. But I say that the things that which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils, and not to the Most High. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils. So you shouldn't even be wanting to partake in any kind of social event dealing with things that pertain to this world, things like that, Christmas, New Year's. All right, you want to separate from that yourself to the best of your ability, and sometimes it's hard for a lot of people because you live in a house with certain people. All right, you live in a house with some of these people, and even when you tell them, you know, I'm not partaking in that, they look at you strange. They ain't trying to hear that, you know. But ultimately, you separate the best way you can, man. They should understand at this point, but they're not. Thank goodness I don't have to go through that in my particular household. Verse 21, you cannot drink the cup of the Adawan and the cup of devils. You cannot be partakers of the Adawan's table and the table of devils. Do we provoke the Adawan to jealousy? Are we stronger than he? And like I said, in the Christian church, they promote these holidays. All right, they merge the paganism with this truth. All right, they promote and merge that with this truth. to where as though you can't tell no difference if you don't really have no real understanding. You can't see or tell any difference between this and the truth. So we're not supposed to partake in any of this. That's some devastating history, man. All right. I mean, the amount of slaughter and death, man, was devastating to both tribes, to the 10 tribes, to Israel and to Jacob, man. That was some devastating slaughter, man. This devil was putting in some work, man. All right, he was putting in some heavy work throughout the years. But hey, we're about to come into power, all right, and we're gonna put work on his ass. Let's go back to let's go back to Job. All right, because this devil is going to get his destruction is going to be on a level of just beyond comprehension. All right, beyond any type of understanding ever. It's just going to be a great slaughter, man, which is beautiful. But this devil his pride is so high, man. All right, his pride is just through the roof, man. All right, his heart is hardened, like Pharaoh Egypt. All right, but his destruction, and you see what's going on over. Hey, ain't nothing but monuments left. Pretty much as a testament to the destruction of this man. All right, but there's